one has to realize before we talk about the studies that the studies are predominantly done, 95+%, almost 99% of the studies are done by a pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry gathers all the data. They hire physicians like me, they hire universities, they hire case managers who are collecting the data, they hire biostatisticians, they hire ghostwriters to write the entire manuscript that is published. So if I were investing in a product, I want to portray it in the best light. And if I'm the only one who is privy to the data, then perhaps I may subconsciously think that, hey, Mr. X, who was on my drug, had a bad event, but there is a reason to exclude him. There were few things that happened that were a little not right. And so that person should be excluded. There may also be some incentive to lie, and pharmaceutical industries have lied in the past. There is the Vioxx scandal. There are many other scandals with pharmaceutical industry that we can look at. So one has to give the fact that there is conflict of interest. So conflict of interest would be a broad term that would encompass all these deficiencies in clinical trials. Another thing that we need to point out is that up until 2006, a company could do about 10 different trials with a drug and publish the one that showed the drug in the best light and ignore the other 9. It's only in 2006 that the US Congress came up with a requirement that if a company starts a clinical trial, that they have to register it and at least publish it online. Okay. And we go to the best clinical trial that shows that statins help reduce heart-related deaths. So I want to kind of pause here and talk about mortality. Mortality is a very robust endpoint. You are either dead or you're not dead. So you take the best clinical trial, it was done in 1994. A company was collecting all the data. There was not as much oversight. And it's called the Forest trial, the Scandinavian simvastatin trial. 4,000 odd patients were selected. Half of them were given a statin, half of them were not given the statin. They were followed for 5 years. So if you were to figure out, and by the way, this is the best clinical trial there is. There has not been another trial that has shown a greater degree of benefit. There has not been another trial that has shown a greater degree of benefit. These people were high-risk people. These people had established heart disease. They either had bypass surgery, stents, or some other evidence of established heart disease. So they were at higher risk of events. And when you distill that information down, what it shows is that if you treated 100 patients with the drug and also another similar 100 patients without the drug, the reduction in mortality at 1 year would be a little over 0.5%, 0.6%. So if you told a patient that, say, hey, I'm going to put you on a drug, and by the way, it has about a 0.6% chance of reducing your cardiovascular mortality, would that be an honest way of describing to them that the absolute risk reduction, the degree of benefit, is small? And would it surprise you that most physicians don't understand that? About 50% of my patients have some type of myopathy. They feel fatigued, they feel weak, they feel tired. The incidence of myopathy is somewhere in the range of 20, maybe even 30%. There is also memory and cognitive side effects. There are side effects in terms of erectile dysfunction because it reduces testosterone levels.
DoctorsToTrust.com. Please share this video with loved ones.